What's up, guys? It's Jeremy Blanton with RE/MAX Southern Shores, and I wanted to talk today about an article that I recently read in our local newspaper, the Sun News, where they were talking about how Myrtle Beach is basically becoming the next Florida. Why people are moving here, why people are coming here and leaving Florida and even moving up here to the Carolinas and to the Myrtle Beach area. And in there, they interviewed a person, and what that person said is that the reason people are leaving Florida and coming up here is that, number one, the cost of housing, the cost of just living has become ridiculously expensive. But also, number two, getting insurance is becoming almost impossible. And it's so expensive that they just can't afford the monthly payments. So people are selling their homes there and moving up here to the Myrtle Beach area. In fact, Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina is one of the top destinations for people moving from Florida these days. So why are they doing that? Well, there's a couple reasons why. The first one, as I mentioned just a minute ago, is our insurance, while it's gone up over the last few years, it's not quite as bad as it is in Florida. While you're down there, it might be $3,000 to $4,000 a year. Here, it's only going to be maybe $1,500 to $2,000 a year. The cost of houses in that area are significantly more than here in the Carolinas. You know, I talked about it a few weeks back in a video about Pods, the moving company that you get the shipping container sent to your house, load it with stuff, and then they'll ship it to wherever you need to. Their survey showed that Myrtle Beach was the #1 destination spot for 2 years in a row. And that also, in that article, they also made mention of this, that last year's top list had like 5 or 6 cities in Florida. This year, there's only 3. The states that have the most is right here in the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina. So why are people coming here now instead of Florida? Well, there's a couple reasons, as I talked about a few minutes ago, but here's another reason why. People that are moving to the East Coast here and down to the Southeast, a lot of those people are coming from where? The Northeast. They're coming from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, Michigan, all of those different places. And why are they coming here? Well, up there in the Northeast, it costs a whole bunch of money, number one. But the other reason, they want better weather. They don't want to deal with snow anymore. And they also, though, now want to still have access to get back to the Northeast. You know, when we were moving here back in 1998 to this area, my parents went and looked in Florida first. So we went and looked in a couple different areas. We first went down and looked in Naples. Nope, that wasn't gonna work. We looked in Tampa. We looked in Tallahassee. We looked in Jacksonville. We looked in several different spots throughout the state. And what we kept finding is we're gonna be too far away from our family. So that if we need to go back up to take care of my grandparents then, or visit family, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, any of our family and friends that were up there, it was gonna be a 2-day drive to get back up there. Or we would have to fly always. So we went and started looking at the map and found that, you know what? Myrtle Beach, right here, the South Carolina, North Carolina border, is about right in the middle. So we could move here and be able to do that drive home in a day. So a lot of people have decided, you know what, the Carolinas is a better spot. It's kind of middle ground of getting us that warm, better winter climate that we don't have to deal with the snow. But if we need to get back home, we can do it pretty quick and easy. So Florida, why are they leaving there? As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, insurance, cost of living. I had a client, they're buying a house right now. They're actually building a home here. It should be done hopefully in the next few months. And they sold their home already in Florida. They cashed out, they're renting right now, and they cannot wait to get up here because it just is so much more affordable. They're gonna be able to have a bigger house here in this area. Down there, they were in a small home with kids, crammed on top of each other all the time. The home that they're getting ready to buy here, it's 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, well over 3,000 square feet and brand new. And they're going to be able to purchase it cash for the same amount of money they made for proceeds off of their home in Florida. And they'll be able to own it free and clear, not have any debt, have the lower costs for their monthly tax bill, their insurance, all that stuff is going to go down, and they're still going to be able to have that great quality of life. They also decided they wanted to move here because there were many more things for them to do in this area than parts of Florida. In our area, I mentioned in the past, we have a lot of tourism things. And while you live here, if you get in certain spots, you get to have access to all of those tourism things pretty quick and easy. Where I live, I can get to all of the touristy things that Myrtle Beach has to offer in about a 15 to 20 minute drive max. So it's great to have that stuff right nearby and be able to get accessible to it pretty quick and easy. But at the same time, on weekends like Memorial Day, when there's thousands and thousands of bikers in the area, I don't have to worry about it. You know, I was talking with my friend a little earlier, and he was sharing a story with me about a scene he saw today on the road down on 501. He said, man, there was this group of bikers, and they were driving and they decided they were going to do a U-turn and go back the other way. And so one dude on the biker, he just pulled across 501. He stopped his motorcycle perpendicular to the road, threw his hand up like he was a traffic guard and just told everybody stop while all of his buddies came through. Now, me, where I'm at living right now, I don't even know that Bike Week was going on during that time. I didn't pay attention to any of those things going on because I live west of the waterway, and unless I have to go down into those areas to show property, I wouldn't really know what's going on a lot of times. So Myrtle Beach has the ability to have the tourism stuff close by, which it's important to have that. It pays the bills, it keeps our taxes low, keeps our cost of living low, but I don't need to go to it unless I want to. It's great. All right, so what are the 5 reasons why people are moving to this area? Well, the first one, it's pretty simple. The weather, it's amazing. It's awesome here, as I've talked many, many times in the past. Very mild winters, nice longer summer seasons where you can have shorts and t-shirt weather for most of the year. You know, Memorial Day weekend, heat index was up in the 90s. Yeah, some sections of the country right now might be seeing snow. We're in shorts weather and beach weather here. In fact, I'll probably go to the pool later this week with my kids and have a blast and make sure we put on sunscreen because we're more than likely to get burned. But weather is number 1 reason why people want to move here. It's awesome. The second reason why people want to move here, lower cost of living. I've talked about it a bunch in the last few weeks about cost of living here in our area, how it's 6 to 10% below the national average. Talked about it recently in a video about a client who's thinking about moving here from California, and they're from the Los Angeles area. It was 60-some% less cost of living here in Myrtle Beach than there in Los Angeles. So why wouldn't you want to move here where you can live on a third of the amount of money that it costs to live in the California area? You're gonna get a bigger house, you're gonna get more land, amenities, things to do, and not have to deal with near as much traffic. You know, when you start to look at it, I think the Los Angeles, California area has like 20 or 30 million people living in the area. Here in Myrtle Beach, we're about 300,000. Much, much smaller scale. Yes, we have traffic in our area, but it's nothing like big cities like Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Atlanta. Any of those areas is significantly less here at the beach. The number 3 reason, I talked about a little bit a few minutes ago, but just things to do. Myrtle Beach has so much to offer to you. Whether you're looking for shopping, we have the Tanger outlets. They're up on the northern end and on 501. We have shopping malls, local businesses for shopping. There's other things to do like going over to Top Golf and playing golf there, miniature golf, golf courses, even things like Pop Stroke at Broadway at the beach, a new awesome miniature golf situation where it was made by Tiger Woods and you can go play a full 2 rounds under 1 fee. It's a great spot, but there's things to do. There's the aquarium, there's the upside down house, there's go-kart tracks. There's so many things to do in the area, and if you get bored with all of those things, we also have that one thing that a lot of the country doesn't have, the beach, that you can go and enjoy as well. So when you're looking for something to do each and every day, Myrtle Beach will never run out of ideas to help you find something to do. The 4th thing that I want to talk about is just the amazing beach lifestyle that Myrtle Beach has to offer. Having that offering of a relaxed beach life where things are less stressful. And when you're having those frustrating, stressful days, the ability to stop, go down to the beach for an hour, listen to the waves, dip your toes in the sand, and just watch the stress melt right off of you is something that you just can't beat it. You can't find it anywhere else in the country except for in a coastal town like Myrtle Beach. And that is one of the best reasons why living here is so absolutely amazing. And then the 5th reason, as I've talked about a little bit before, why people are moving to Myrtle Beach and moving to the Carolinas, is just your accessibility to get back home. Myrtle Beach is considered an international airport. So if I wanted to go back home up to Pennsylvania and fly from here to Philly, I can jump on an airline flight, pretty inexpensive, be up there in about an hour and a half and enjoy the rest of my day in Pennsylvania. Or if you're someone who lives in Boston or some of the other bigger cities throughout the Northeast, you can jump on a flight, be home in just a few hours, and it's not going to be too expensive. Or jump in the car, a 10 to 12 hour drive, and I can be back up in the Northeast. Pretty easy, pretty simple. From Myrtle Beach over to I-95, it's about an hour drive. So you can take a 95 all the way up and be back up in the Northeast pretty quick and pretty easy. So guys, that's one of the reasons why people want to move here is its accessibility and ease of access to get back home pretty quick and pretty easy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video on, is Myrtle Beach the next Florida? I don't know. By the amount of people that are moving here and the interest in this area, it might just be the next Florida taking place right here in South Carolina. As always, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, get that bell on, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.